Alright, mother flippers. Wanted to. I've just uploaded quite a few videos and some thoughts on how to make a YouTube question easier just came across my mind, and this tripod might just have to be adjusted, or I'll just leave the angle like this. Just from having pragmatics make your life easier, just regarding becoming popular on YouTube and becoming popular on these social media networks. It's not convoluted at all, and when you tie the principle that Alex Beck gives on his video called How Games Can 100x You in Reality, and the pragmatics of how to make becoming successful in something really easy, at least if you can focus on one thing for a very long time, which I can do. I'm just, and this is going to be very generalized, and I'm just thinking through this whilst I'm basically, like my sleep schedule is completely upside down and it's making me practically drunk. It's, so if the general concept of the video, sorry, this angle is just annoying me. I'm going to, there we go, that might be a better angle. If it's not, then forgive me. So I'm able to get 4 videos doing with a 30-minute session on the promenade, and I can do that once a week or once every fortnight, just because of the state of my muscles. I'm just about to go into another recording session, and this is just for pragmatics and starting out. You see, you go and watch Roberto Blake's content for starting out, and you combine it with the pragmatics that Alex Becker gives for basically making success quite easy. And the general thoughts are, one, you have to systematize things a lot, at least in the beginning. Like, you become skilled in systematizing the production of quality enough content that it's quite watchable and quite enjoyable to watch, whilst you can quite easily and very efficiently put out a ton of content in a very short amount of time. We're talking, like Roberta Blake gives out, that you want to be able to produce 3 months worth of content in just a few days, and quite easily. My new computer enables me to dish out those 4 videos in less than half an hour, thankfully. It's quite a fast computer. Like, my previous computer just was not able to do that. Then you have Alex Becker's pragmatics for niching down, which I'm going to get to the pragmatics for that very soon in this video. Though, there's another big thought that crops up in my mind that I don't think anybody has told me, at least online, is summarized by one word, and is summarized also by a sentence. The one word is data. The statement is data for what? Flipping works. Because initially I'm working based upon information that's just in my head, and pragmatically speaking, especially with this age of data where age of stimulation, I'll call it that, where people have the attention span of a koi fish. Like, you look at the, amount of time people watch your videos for on average, at least on Instagram, and basically throughout the life of me being on YouTube, and let's assume people act about the same way towards my content as the other people, which might be quite accurate. To reality, tell me if this is accurate, is that people are gonna drop off, at least with this parkour niche, in a very short amount of time, unless you put a ton of effort into editing and you actually have a lot of skilled people around you like a team for editing your stuff. So with that in mind, say you produce a 12-minute video, like Roberto Blake says, people are only going to watch for an average of 3 or 4 minutes. At maximum, when you're starting out. Even if your tricks are the best things in the damn world. What that means is that, like my strategy is simply to post 3 months worth of is to post 3 months worth of content, like put the effort into producing 3 months worth of content, to gather as much data as you can. So plan is just dead simple for me. Plan, publish a lot of videos, promote, and in about 3 months, we're assuming that's the right time here, you're going to get quite a lot of information from the world of YouTube and other platforms for if your content sucks or not, and what to adjust based on an audience retention graph, i.e. based on a graph for how long people watch your content and where they like your content the most. Although, so then after 3 months, you then have the choice of adjusting and just analysing content. There's that word promote as well. And that, like, if you are alone like me, with the mindset that in this day and age, just because you have the internet, you can be successful just by sheer effort alone if you are able to focus on one thing for a very long amount of time. And with that focusing on one thing for a very long amount of time, what does that mean? That means that you want to be able to focus on getting individual parts of the content right, at least when you're just starting out, one thing at a time, just to maximize your productivity. What does that mean? So, if you do the math, at least let's assume that half an hour of doing stuff gives you 4 12-minute videos, and you want to make life easy for yourself because you know that it takes about 3 years to build up the momentum on your channel to actually make it damn worthwhile to quite a scalable and sizable audience. What that means is that, so if you work 30 minutes for 4 videos that will get watched for an average of 3 minutes each, and then just do the math there. You have 995 videos to produce if you want to produce 1 video a day for 3 years. So 995, divide that by 30-minute sessions, that's 330.2 about. What that means, so 332. Where am I going with that math? So let's simplify it a bit. You want to be able to, for a couple of days, just focus on filming yourself doing one thing a lot. Keeping in mind, like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, if you want to be really damn good at something, you have to do it for about 4 hours every day. That's what we're aiming for here. That's what we're aiming for if you don't want to struggle for years on end like the average person does. Let's go on to let's go on to the promotion version of the rant, because that's like an entirely different flip side of the coin, isn't it? So after you've produced all that content, after you've made all that stuff easier for yourself, like if you let's assume you're able to produce 3 years of content on one thing, so that your system is continuously accumulating the data, the information for you to actually get to grips with what you're actually flipping doing. Or at least let's shorten that span down to 3 months, because it's more sizable. To the average person, it's still not probably achievable to the average person unless they're really damn committed, although still. So you got 3 months worth of content, then you have to find a community of people in like a micro niche that's probably getting less than 1,000 views per month, solely because you don't want to aim for the people who are getting 1 million. Just like, I know that Roberta Blake said that PewDiePie did this initially, and perhaps Mr. Beast did it. That involves going through comment sections and what have you. That involves going through social media and making and watching people and making thoughtful comments on what they say while your content is being produced, so that if they check out your channel and you have got quality content, which you probably don't in the beginning, let's be fair, unless you have became able to systematically produce quality content, which AI should help there, although I'm not using it right now. Then your intention is basically to start off with this micro niche and build up quite a durable foundational audience, and have the videos that keep on getting produced, that you've batch produced quite thoughtfully. You're aiming for that foundational community just to keep watching your videos for however long you've watched them for. And then after quite a bit of time, you're able to go, oh, that's easy, like you've accumulated the skill of making this content, and then you're able to get creative with it. You quite know the foundations of what works, your system knows, perhaps without you realizing what you do know, to actually make content that people like, and you're able to be creative around that, and then you can actually produce content which you actually enjoy, and perhaps you can get other people to help too, to make life even easier and to add more personality into it. Although, because 90% of your audience won't really just care about those nitty-gritty details, and only the really loyal fans will actually care about what you make at all, then you'll have to keep this foundation of what works in editing there, and keep the more fun parts in the video just to the side, and perhaps not as emphasized, because almost nobody cares about them. It's like in the Steve Jobs movie, where one of the employees tells Steve Jobs that they actually cared about the very minute details of the Apple computer, and it actually jolted Steve Jobs quite a bit. That's my spew over.